Greetings and welcome back to Dark Souls 2. So, I took some time to do upkeep and maintenance off camera. I have, if I can get my stats, dagnabbit. Yes, I have been playing much Bloodborne, and I am not used to the menu system in here yet, just yet. Okay, there we go. Now, leave, there we go. I am up to 57 strength, so 3 more levels, and the Giant's Club is mine. Then we can work on upgrading it. Now, in between then and there, I did that, and I bought out a bunch of Titanite to... There you go. Bought out a bunch of Titanite to get my souls down to about 742, so I don't really have to worry about losing anything. And I considered the fact that I'm pretty sure that Clinton told me that after I kill Nashandra is when the stone lady starts selling me chunks permanently. Don't know what else, if anything, she might sell me permanently. Probably not Titanite slabs. Not that I need them. I've got 11. She, however, Nashandra, said dark. Like, put a lot of emphasis on let there be dark or something like that. And I'm looking at my great shield here, and it may have 75 stability, but it only blocks 30% dark. This is a lot better, but lower on physical. So if it turns out that she does a whole lot of dark magic damage, or does hybridized damage on her melee attacks, I will probably switch out to the King's Mirror or the Rebel's Great Shield based on how much of that hybridization is physical that I have to worry about and how much of it is magic that I have to worry about. In the meantime, though, we're just going to try with the Bone Tooth and maybe switch to the axe if it seems appropriate. Oh, now she's just standing here. Okay.
Brave undead, you have proven yourself to me. Now, be one with the dog.
Does something bad happen if I die to her? Like, Seath the Scaleless kind of kidnap thing? Ooh, she has a pyromancy glove or something. Oh, that's right, she did this weird summoning thing. Oh, she curses. Oh, not that curses would much of a matter of fact me, but maybe I should, point the shield at her. That sounds like a good idea. And now the fun part. Stupid door. Gotta wait for it to open. I think I'm just gonna try and remember to put the silver ring on after I kill her. Really, just having the ring in your inventory should open these doors. I really do not see the reason why you have to equip it. Like, it's impractical. You've got the thing sitting in your pocket, but suddenly the door magically recognizes that it's on your person if you put your finger in it. Whatever. Whew, oh boy, that is a long run. A very long, annoying run. But, I had a thought. She has a scythe. And if I recall correctly, scythes in this game have shield penetrating attributes, but I think I've only got the one, maybe the second scythe, but it would be good to check. Yeah, great. Yeah, I've got two. It doesn't say anything about it, so the shuttle still has its special shield piercing, but I'm pretty sure that I remember that scythes just naturally penetrate a certain amount of damage in this game. Oh, love. Get clubbed. Oh, those things are also hurting me. Oh, and there's a pit here. Did I mention that this is a really annoying run back every bloody time? Who the hell thought this up? Alright, let's see. Now, we'll stick with the full physical block just for now, until I get a good read on it. so I can break them. But just standing next to them is the real concern. This could be bad. Yep, that was bad. You know, I can't get used to how slow healing in Dark Souls 2 is. I mean, as far as I'm aware, I've got, like, the soft cap for agility, right? Right, stats. Agility, 108, yeah. So I'm like 2, maybe 3 points from what I believe is the soft cap for getting agility. And still, just going for that sip is, guys, ever so carefully tip it up and sip it like a very valuable cup of fucking tea. I mean, from a PvP standpoint, that's fine. Like, it's just the right speed, I think, for PvP, but for fighting bosses and shit? No, not good enough. Especially after I've been playing so much Bloodborne. Alright, so I think that this is actually something that'll work out. So since those little orb things are far more dangerous than Nashandra herself, I think we're gonna go with, probably the... Let's see, well, I got time. Yeah, the two-handed is actually faster, but I'm not gonna go for the running attack anymore. I'm wondering, though, because it seems a little odd, could I just roll through the orbs to break them apart? Do I actually have to legit attack them? I'll find out this time if I can do that. This doesn't seem so bad. Make more orbs? Yeah, make more orbs. I do have to attack them to get rid of them. Oh shit! I knew I should have been suspicious when she started physically moving. She was coming in for a scythe attack, which is far more dangerous than anything else she does. Alright, yeah, so this fight is also not bad. Like, at all. Dark Souls 2 has got some really underwhelming bosses. Like, the areas themselves are far more challenging than the bosses most of the time, until you permakill everything, and then they're trivialized. I mean, God, the fire basilisks are far more terrifying than this woman. And this is supposed to be, like, the big boss, I guess? I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because I'm already full hollow, and that's, as far as I understand it, what Curse does is just progressively hollow you more and more, taking away your percentage of your HP. And hell, since I play with the lowest possible HP that I can get, given that it automatically upgrades it for me every time, I was already at the state that this boss is supposed to be terrifying me into. So, you know, there's no terror there. This is how I fight, all the time. Like, even in Bloodborne, I'm still just wandering around with 10 vitality, and maxing all of my other stats first. This is just how I play, and it seems to, you know, put a lot of bosses on a trivial level to me. Well, no, I can't say that. Dark Souls 1 was filled with really, really hard bosses that, you know, actually got me to improve my skill level. Perhaps that's just the problem with Dark Souls 2, is that I'm already a Dark Souls 1 veteran, so there's not really much in the way of scare for me. I've seen it all, and I've got the basic ideas down already. She wants to scythe me. Bitch. Just do your stupid laser thing. Yeah, like that. Thank you. If you want to do that again, that would be nice, too. Thank you. And she's sitting on one of those goddamn orbs. No, thank you. Get out of the way. No. I didn't hit her as hard. Oh, that's the burst, not the orb making guy. I forgot about that. Well, you know, that's the story of my life. Good the first, bad the second. Hey, Nashandra, I have an idea. Healing. No. Away from my orb. I'm healing on it. Bitch. It's my Helio. Oh shit, that's the sweep. Oh, she can do more than 3. I mean, more than 2. And a third, which has a much larger range. Oh, that's not a burst. I thought it was a burst. Okay, so the idea to have just a Helio out of her range doesn't seem to work. If I stand still for too long, she seems to want to come get me with the scythe. She doesn't really opt to fire her laser at me very often, which is just as well because it's her most vulnerable attack. And I've never seen her use the sweeping laser again yet. I wonder if that's a medium range thing. Could be. I really need to learn what the tell is for that burst, though, because I've confused it for 2 other things now. Oh, that is also not the burst. Dag nabbit. This is really getting me because there is an entirely different reaction required for a burst and for a laser. For a laser, you just roll to the side. For a burst, if you roll to the side, you're going to die. You have to roll backwards, probably twice. But if you roll backwards for a laser, you get, well, a laser to the face. It kind of hurts. Oh, that is not a sweeping side strike. That probably caved my skull in, I would imagine. Looked like it. Stupid cat. Oh my god. Okay, so the timer went off, but I have definitely got time for at least 2 to 3 more tries at this. Whoever came up with this idea to not put a bonfire closer to this thing needs to be shot. Like, in the foot, preferably. Maybe both feet. Ah, damn it, I thought I could roll out of that. Fairly basic tell, also for the hardened foe. At least I have control over that. Okay, so yeah, the tail on the burst is actually fairly obvious when her chest starts glowing. And this is the problem with making your dress part of your body. I can kill you by hitting the hem of your skirt. Ah, there's a hole in the floor! Well, clearly, Dark Souls is aware of the fact that their bosses aren't all that terrible or scary. Atmospheric? Yes, they're very atmospheric. Scary? Challenging? No. Sense? The pits in the floor. God damn it, timed it too early. Well, that was easy. Annoying. Pain in the ass. Far too long of a walk. But simple, direct, and fairly easy. I don't know if this is the end of the game or not. I mean, I was informed that I would be prompted for it, but... Can't walk out, but not that that's gonna stop me. Alright. Got 103,000 souls. Forgot to put on the silver ring, of course. Stupid king ring. What? Are you kidding me? Okay, fine. I guess we're stuck here. Let's go look at the throne. Bridge of Hugs.
Who link the fire. You who bear the curse. Once the fire is linked, souls will flourish anew, and all of this will play out again. It is your choice to embrace or renounce this. Great Sovereign, take your throne.
No. I don't want to. I want to go back and continue exploring, goddammit. Most particularly, I want to go back and buy some trunks.
What lies ahead, only you can see.
No. Stop. Why am I so stupid? So you locked me in, said I had a choice, and then didn't actually give me the choice? Fuck you. God damn it. This does not please me at all. I was not properly informed. I was told that I would be able to walk away without actually starting the new goddamn game. Well, here are the credits. I suppose this is going to have to play out before I can do any goddamn thing. Well, my thoughts on Dark Souls 2's base game. By this point, Scholar of the First Sin is already out, and I have all of the other 3 DLCs to do it as well. So, I think that Dark Souls 2 is a massive improvement on the PvP aspect of Dark Souls. I think that the story and world and lore all are fairly well flops. There are some bright, shiny moments in it, but the world is not as fun to explore as Dark Souls 1, or Bloodborne for that matter. And Bloodborne is fairly aggravating to explore, let me tell you. Anyway, getting off topic. None of the bosses were... well, okay, not none. Most of the bosses were not really a challenge. Just applying basic Dark Souls, learn the moves, know what to dodge, know what to block, just it gets you through everything. And in Dark Souls 1... you had a bit more, like, interesting things to learn and get used to. I mean, even the double team boss, like Ornstein and Small from Dark Souls 1, the Throne Watcher and Guardian, like, it was pathetic. Only one of them was really of a good speed to keep up with you, unless you were explicitly trying to keep distance. So as long as you had a weapon of even moderately decent speed, I don't think I pulled out the axe. I think I really did just kill them with the hammer. Or just know better than to try for multiple attacks at once. You can just pull the lightweight guy, smack him once, back up, and pull him again, and smack him again until it's just the second one, and then after that, it's all you and that guy, and you can just beat him down, because as soon as he goes to revive his ally, free damage. And Nashandra was not challenging at all. She was a gimmick boss, using the curse mechanic exclusively. Unless you are literally reliant upon your full HP bar, and you pump vitality like crazy, she's not a threat at all. I mean, let her curse you, because she's going to. You shouldn't even be worrying about the curse, because there is too much trouble to be worrying about it. Sure, you could equip a whole bunch of equipment to build up curse resistance, and equip curse curing items and whatnot, I guess, but she's just going to summon the orbs again, and you have to get close to the orbs to get rid of the orbs. Unless you want to stand around trying to fire a bow and arrow, which means that you're not looking at Nashandra, which means you're not going to see when she's firing a laser, or just walking up to you stealthy and quiet to scythe you in the face. All in all, I am not impressed. Now, I'm willing to bet that, like any other Dark Souls game, there is some secrets to be found. And an additional set of endings to find, I'm sure. Whether or not there's only one or two extra endings than the one I just saw, I don't know. Honestly, could this speed up a little faster? I'm being running around of things to moan about. On the topic of how well I think it improved on PvP, I think it did a really good job. Getting rid of the kick and replacing it with the guard break, that seems like a really fluent idea. I mean, the kick was kind of... like, I don't know that the kick actually did a good amount of stamina damage when you kicked a shield. If the kick just got the shield out of the way, I think that would have been too powerful, because the kick was far too fast. Now, the guard break is a little slow in my opinion. I mean, it'll punish somebody who's turtling, but because of how slow it is against a skilled PvP player, you'll probably need to, like, predict that they're going to try and block. Which I don't imagine a lot of skilled players would do, because a lot of skilled players seem to go for a more aggressive, reactive playstyle rather than shielding and waiting. Like, they will attack and then see how you react to that attack, and then they'll just kind of treat you like a boss. They'll see what kind of patterns you have, because inevitably you will develop a pattern against them. It's just human nature. How well you can resist it is probably the fact that determines how skilled you are. Anyway, weapons. Way too many weapons. I think part of this was dependent upon the fact that it seems like they really tried to up the risk factor on your weapon durability. Like, I noticed durability on my weapons getting pretty damn low from me exploring the levels a lot. But I never really had a problem with my weapons actually breaking, so I never really needed to care about carrying around multiple weapons at the same time to basically replace one when it broke. I still was just using them as I needed them to react to enemies. I mean, that would be a really nice idea, the need to carry around and be good with more than one type of weapon, because eventually you're going to break one midway through. However, I don't really think that that's something that you could easily balance for just on account of the boss. I mean, they just... like, I guess that this might synergize a little bit with enemies permanently dying, which allows you to get your weapons with fuller durability to the boss, but even with the enemies all alive and in my way, I still never had a problem with my weapon being about to break in mid-boss fight. So I feel like all of that was just rather poorly balanced. I don't know how I would feel about a durability system, honestly, because I know that in Bloodborne there isn't one. There's just a very small pool of very interesting and detailed weapons, and no durability to worry about whatsoever, and then the rest of the game, like, I feel like balances... like, I feel like Bloodborne does a really good job of balancing all of its mechanics. Now, granted, the game is very unmerciful because it has no shield, so you have to learn dodging like a crazy son of a gun. But just in terms of Dark Souls 1 as well, like, I don't feel like the durability mechanic added anything to the game. And I feel like though Dark Souls 2 tried to improve upon it and tried to make it actually matter to the game, I feel like all it really did was become annoying. I mean, there should probably be some kind of durability effect in the game just to encourage you to use new weapons or be paying attention to how you're using your weapons. I just don't think that right now the current content they have of just a slowly depleting static amount of durability is how it should go. I mean, maybe there should be specific things you do with your weapons that would damage them instead of them just depleting while you're using them and hitting things. I mean, like, a mace, honestly, would not take any kind of damage seriously. I mean, a Morningstar with a bunch of spikes on it, maybe, but a regular conventional damage cap mace wouldn't really be damaged. Like, even doing its intended purpose of smashing in armor, most of the time, you wouldn't be damaging. Like, if you just got a ball of iron on a stick kind of mace, that's not really going to take durability damage if you're beating anything down. But a sword has an edge. It's relatively thin, and unless it's really well forged, it's kind of vulnerable to breaking. So maybe they could add something to the game with that. But otherwise, just this durability thing as they've had it in Dark Souls 2 and in Dark Souls 1 where it was totally ignorable, I just don't feel like they did a very good job with it. Well, that's not the right idea. Like, I don't feel like what they intended it to do actually came across. And as far as the rest of the game, I mean, atmosphere-wise, Dark Souls 2 comes across fairly well, I think, but the rest of the game gets in the way. The combat just doesn't feel as viscerally fun as Dark Souls 1 did. Like, just flipping between the two, because I would use Dark Souls 1 to just chill out and have fun when I'm not worrying about recording and data file size and processing. Like, just the general oomph behind a hit when you hit something felt a lot better in Dark Souls 1 than it does in Dark Souls 2. In Dark Souls 2, it doesn't feel like you're really causing any significant harm when you smack someone. I mean, unless you hit them with a very specific attack that floors them or sends them flying, it just feels like that you're not actually hurting them at all. They're just vaguely taking the damage. Is this New Game Plus now, or what? Okay. So what's going on now? And of course, I'm like 20 souls off from leveling up to the last one I need. But that's why I save these for shopping. And the Giant's Club is mine. Alright, but that's for another time. Assuming that I haven't jumped into New Game Plus already, we'll go do the DLC. And first and foremost...
You've been long... What?
Oh, finally! Jesus Christ, it took her forever to start offering this. Is she offering anything else now? She hasn't restocked the Twinkling Titanite. It seems like this is a longer selection of things than she had previously, but honestly, all of these are elemental stuff, and I'm not really interested at this time.
No interest.
Shut up, I have plenty of interest now, finally. Alright, so that's it for this time. This episode is probably going to be massively long thanks to the credits and me trying to fill them, even if it was just mostly rambling. I mean, honestly, I feel like that there's too much fluff in Dark Souls 2. Like, it's not honed down to a fine edge like it should be. Like, I feel like there's a lot that they could have trimmed from the game that would have done a better job of making it stand out more. I mean, this is definitely a game I'll come back to over and over again just to learn the PvP and participate in it because I haven't really had much of that. And what little bit I got of it when I was doing Rat Covenant work in the Doors of Pharaohs, I really enjoyed that, like, immensely. More than all of the rest of the game. But beyond that, the bosses were fairly lackluster, very easy to learn and solve. Not really a puzzle at all. Or a challenge, even. I mean, just gimmicks that would give you. And not really fun to fight against. Beyond that, the characters seem a little flat, too. I mean, I feel like that there should be some way for us to push these two closer together. Make them realize that, yes, they are father and daughter. And then some consequential thing should happen after that, like with Siegmeyer and Sieglinde. That lady up there is just confusing as all hell. I have no idea what her point is. Like, why did we need to give her clothes? Is there a specific set that I can give her that will cause her quest line, if she even has one, to advance further? How would I know which one to give her? I never did figure out the Blue Covenant. I mean, like, the guy that I assumed was for the other half of it just kind of said, hey, you, piss off, go away. And I don't know why. Like, he didn't tell me why. Like, did I need stats? Did I need more PvP participation? What? Like, there's just so much in this game that is far too vague. Like, not in a good mysterious, ominous kind of way, but just poorly informing the player on what they need to do, and not offering them even any clues or mysteries to solve, to puzzle it out themselves. Just, you don't know? Go look it up on the wiki. Anyway, I think I've ranted long enough now, and the file size is just going to be terribly horrendous. So, that was this episode. We killed Nashandra. Oh boy. Next time, bosses. We're gonna go piss off the dragon, do the DLC, upgrade some weapons, finally, to +9. And hey, I've got, what, 11 still? Yeah, 11 Titanite slabs, so I can have my pick of it. I can choose whatever weapons I want. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully the DLC should be at least more interesting. And after that, if not, there will always be Scholar of the First Sin, and upcoming Dark Souls 3, which I've already pre-ordered. So I imagine that between those two, there's going to be some good times coming. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Where's my button? There we go. Bye-bye.